told you so. I got everything here that you could possibly see.
This mother spent 5 years trying to get someone to listen that her son did not hang himself from a ceiling fan.
No, it wasn't from a ceiling fan hanging. It had to have been from a hit, a physical hit.
Someone beat him up, you think?
I know, because that shows it. I don't think it, I know it. I see it.
Days after our interview, Kathy Hoover's hunt for the truth ended. The grieving mother died in her sleep.
She was happy. She got her laugh back, knowing that somebody finally heard her.
Did you do this to him? Did you ever have thoughts of doing this to him?
I would rather be dead.
6 years after Jason Hoover's death, the investigation into what really happened to him is over.
It means that somebody got away with killing my brother.
A South Carolina family's 6-year wait for answers is over. Darlington County investigators claimed a man hung himself from a ceiling fan with a phone charger in 2017 and then investigated the case as a suicide. However, 2 forensic pathologists later found that that man died at the hands of another.
The only suspect identified in the case was the man's girlfriend, and the sheriff's office reopened the investigation after Queen City News chief investigator Jody Barr started digging into another death investigation there last year. And now 6 years later, after the killing and 2 investigations later, this case will go down as an unsolved homicide.
It's a letter from the solicitor, and it says, sorry, I'm late responding, but I'm out of the office until Monday. I can tell you that the reinvestigation into Mr. Hoover's death was concluded with no charges. None.
Jessica Hoover rushed from Columbia to this Florence hospital in July 2017. She got a middle-of-the-night call that her brother tried to kill himself with a phone charger, and he was in bad shape. She was standing by her brother's hospital bed, watching him die. All the family knew at the time was Jason Hoover's girlfriend, Nikki Braddock, found him with a phone charger tied around his neck and the other end tied to a ceiling fan.
Here's where he tied phone cord around the ceiling fan. The way that I seen it, that he took it and he wrapped once, wrapped twice, and then he tied it. I think he was scooting down the wall, and he was easing down the wall, and once he got so far, and it finally tightened up around his neck, and he was sitting up against the wall like that, that when he passed out, his feet kind of slid out from under him, but you could see where it looked like his heels had slid across the carpet.
Former Darlington County Sheriff's investigator Freddie Davis led the investigation. Braddock told investigators Jason Hoover was in a text argument with his mother that night after he'd asked her for money and his mother told him no. Around midnight, Braddock says she walked across the street to a neighbor's house and left Hoover sitting on the couch. When Braddock came back later, she found him in their bedroom. Hoover, she says, had threatened suicide before and told investigators he likely went through with it this time.
If someone did kill Jason, what do you think should happen to him?
If someone killed him, they need to go to jail. But do I believe anyone killed him? No, I do not.
Yeah.
I believe in my heart, and if I was to die today, I'd go to my grave saying, I know what Jason did, and Jason did that to himself.
The state investigation identified Braddock as the only suspect, the only person law enforcement recorded interviews with.
I want to say when I went over to Ricky's, I was gone 30, 45 minutes, but that's just, I honestly don't know. I was really intoxicated. So
When he was arguing with his mom on the phone, was that night? Or
it was going into the morning. It was, to my recollection, this was, I want to say this was going on 11, 12. I'm not exactly sure. No, this is not into the morning time.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was because Mr. Harvey, Ricky's daddy, had walked. He had Alzheimer's real bad, and he would sometimes get out walking, and Ricky would leave sometimes, and his daddy would get out, and we seen him, and I walked back over to the house, and Ricky came up. I talked to Ricky for, like I said, I want to say it was about 30 minutes or so. Could have been longer. But when all that transpired while I was gone there at that time.
Law enforcement was adamant that they felt like that this was a suicide based on the information that they were receiving. At the same time, we were still adamant that it was a homicide.
Despite the sheriff's office's opinion, Darlington County coroner Todd Hardy ordered an autopsy on Jason Hoover. The pathologist found Hoover did not kill himself, and Hardy ruled the death a homicide. Meaning that this doctor, this pathologist, felt Mr. Hoover may have died at the hands of another.
No, she told me that Mr. Hoover did indeed die at the hands of another person, and that she would stake her forensic career on it.
Hardy said the sheriff's office would not change its mind, so the coroner decided to get a second opinion. That opinion came from another renowned South Carolina forensic pathologist, Dr. Kimberly Collins. Collins reviewed the original autopsy and the photographs, then typed this 2-page opinion. It showed Jason Hoover was beaten and strangled, and the injuries to Hoover's neck are not those of a suicidal hanging. They both agree that this was a homicide. You marked this as a homicide. What did you do with that information?
Once we ruled it a homicide, we let the folks know that we're doing the investigation, that was our official ruling. It was a homicide then, it's been a homicide ever since, and it's a homicide now. But still today, the incident report lists the case as a suicide. She's also the only person in the case asked to take a polygraph examination. In December 2017, 5 months after Jason Hoover's death, Nikki Braddock went to SLED for the exam. The test revealed deception in her answers. Braddock explained the deception in this 2018 interview with SLED agents.
The only thing that I can think of, and I'm embarrassed to say this, but I thought about it, when me and Jason, sometimes when we did have sex, we did, I mean, not choking each other out, but that we did do that from time to time, and there have been arguments where he's choked, I mean, like when we were arguing, because we both got CDV, you know, where he's put his hands on my throat and I put my hands on his throat, so I don't know if that could be it, but as far as, if she would have asked, did you kill Jason? She didn't come out, and I said, well, if you said, did you kill Jason Hoover? My answer would have been no, and I know there would have been no deception because I know I didn't. So that's the only thing I can come up with. I mean, because she said my nerves and everything like that wouldn't have anything to do with affecting the test. So
investigators never charged Nikki Braddock with anything related to Jason Hoover's death. SLED closed the case and handed it over to the Attorney General's office. In August 2020,
I'm just calling to let you guys know kind of where we're at.
The AG's office attorney assigned to decide whether anyone would face charges broke the news to the Hoover family. Jason Hoover's mother decided to record that phone call.
I'm sure you guys know this better than anyone, is that when Darlington County came to work the case from the beginning, they worked it like it was a suicide rather than a homicide.
Right.
So there was a lot of evidence that probably wasn't gathered. The circumstances of the case, the way it was handled at the beginning, and some of the evidence that came back, and now that some of the witnesses have died, we would just be unable to prove that case.
One of those witnesses, the neighbor across the street, he died the year after Hoover's death in the middle of the SLED investigation.
I mean, I wish we'd had this case in the beginning because I think the investigation could have been done a lot better. My job is to take the evidence that's there and try to prove it to court. I just don't see us being able to do that in this situation. I mean, unfortunately, in smaller areas where resources are more limited, this tends to happen.
Well, it sounds like if somebody needs to be murdered, you take their asses on up to the damn park doing.
That's it. I mean, there's because
I wish I could disagree with you. The Darlington, Hartsville, Marlboro County, Dillon circuit, we get a lot of cases out of there. They're not always the best.
You think in this case, you did everything you could do to get the best answer possible?
I did, yeah. From what I had at the crime scene, what I got from talking to people, what I got from talking to the neighbors, what I got from talking from her, I did what I could with what I had.
For the next several months, the Jason Hoover death investigation went back on a shelf. That's until we showed up in Darlington County, picking apart another suspected suicide case the sheriff's office handled.
Sheriff's office assumed this was an accident, but a mother didn't. County coroner and solicitor took the investigation into their own hands, an investigation that's now ended with a murder indictment.
2 weeks after we aired the confession last March.
Nikki, just so you know, everything we say and do here is being recorded, okay?
Okay.
The Darlington County Sheriff's Office reopened the Jason Hoover investigation. The case file shows deputies did two things in that reinvestigation. They re-interviewed Nikki Braddock, and she took another polygraph exam.
It says, did you do anything to cause the death of that man at your residence? She responded, no. Did you do anything to cause the death of that man at the residence in 2017? She responded, no.
And the result of that?
There was no deception indicated.
Does that prove that your brother committed suicide?
No. No. They told us from day one, the pathologists, that he did not commit suicide, that this was a homicide. From day one, they told us this. But nobody's doing nothing about it.
Although the case was closed for months.
I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. I dismiss him. He was my best friend.
Jessica Hoover says no one from the Darlington County Sheriff's Office told her anything.
They couldn't even tell me.
How did you find out?
Through you.
You think you deserve a little more than that?
Yes, he was a good man.
Why wouldn't the Sheriff's Office at least give you a phone call, send you a letter, or Facebook message?
I don't know. Because they don't care. They don't care. This is my brother. He deserves something better than this piece of paper.
Throughout our investigation, we've asked Nikki Braddock to interview with us, but she never responded to any of our requests to include her in these reports. At this point, this case is closed, and short of someone, somewhere, someday bringing new evidence or someone confessing, this case is likely to never be solved.